Hey guys, happy Wednesday. It is another day of learning. And so, guys, this is another clue for your work. I have my godmother on the phone and she wants to say a special message to you. So, everybody, listen up. Go ahead, April.
Hi, baby. My name is April. I hope that you all are keeping safe. I'm not going to be long, but I just want to leave you with a few words. A quote by Maya Angelou, and it says, "If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude."
Ooh.
Make sure you listen to Miss Simmons. Be blessed, children.
That was good, April. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to call you back after the video.
It was okay?
Yes, you're still on the camera. Okay, bye. Okay, guys. So, in my question, there may be a question about who I talked to or who you talked to on the video. So think about what my godmother said. That was a really beautiful quote. If you can't change it, if you don't like something, change it. But if you can't change it, change your attitude. I'm definitely going to use that in my life because I feel like that is like a huge quote. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and continue working. We're talking about genres, right? On Monday and Tuesday, we talked about fictional genres, myths, tall tales, and fables. Today, we're talking about non-fiction genres. Let's try that again. We're talking about non-fiction genres. Non-fiction. We'll go on with that in our board equals paper. But you already know what nonfiction is. It's real facts, right? Something that is true. So let's go ahead and begin with our PDN. We're going to go ahead and get started. Let's get it started. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, I'm sorry. I drank a cup of coffee and I'm a little wired. But let's go ahead and keep pushing it on. So, again, these are Zap the Map questions. When you take your next map test, will probably won't be until the fall of when you get to 5th grade. These are questions that may be on your map test. So we're going over it just so that when you see it, don't be alarmed, okay? Everything is pretty much stuff that we've already covered, or you can use your schema to figure it out, okay? Number 1 says, read the passage. It says, Dear Terry. I already know when something says dear, I can already know what it is. Thanks for letting me borrow your book. I enjoyed reading it. Your friend, Carrie. So the way that the passage is structured, it has dear, and then it has your friend, and then her name, Carrie, right? In my mind, I'm thinking that that's a letter, but I don't see that in the answer choices. The question says, what type of writing is this? So what type of writing is mostly similar to a letter? Because this is written in letter form, right? I know it's not a poem because it doesn't have any stanzas, lines, none of that. I know it's not a story because stories are not written in letter form. So it must be either a note or a diary. So which one? In my mind, a diary is when you're writing, you're not really writing to anyone. You're writing about something that you've experienced that's very personal, and you're putting it in a safe place, and people don't necessarily have to read it, right? And so I don't think that this is a diary. I think that this is a note that is given to someone. Carrie wanted to give Terry the note to express how much she enjoyed reading the book that she borrowed. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and continue to number 2. Sorry. All right. So number 2 says to read the advertisement. That's already a clue right there, because we know that an advertisement is when someone is trying to get you to do something or buy something or think a certain way. And we know that when we talked about author's purpose, usually advertisement are trying to persuade you to think a certain way or to buy something. So the question says, what is this ad trying to get the reader to do? Okay. It says, do you enjoy kites? I know that kites must be the topic. If you order right away, it says order. They're trying to get me to purchase. We will give you directions for making kites out of all kinds of materials, sticks, straws, socks, and more. All of this for only $10.95. Hurry, time is limited. So what is the ad trying to get you as the reader to do? Is it trying to A, buy a ready-to-fly kite, B, buy information about sock puppets, C, buy information about sticks and straws, or D, buy information about kite making? I can automatically eliminate the two obvious wrong answers, and that's B and C, because we already determined that the topic is kites. Okay? So now we're between A and we're between D. Think about it. Based on what the ad said, it says we will give you directions for making kites, right? It doesn't say that the kite is already going to come to you made. So we can eliminate A because you have to make the kite. It's not ready. So the ad is trying to get you to buy information about kite making. Okay, so that's why it's very important that you have to always go back to the text to figure out what are the clues that the author is giving you. Let's continue reading. Now we're on question number 3. Okay. Okay. All right, question 3, we have to read the passage. Mother, or actually let's read the question first so we can know what we're looking for. After the boy dragged the brush, what did he do? First of all, I'm going to circle after. We have not before, not during. What did he do after he dragged the brush? So when we're reading, we have to look for that part where he's dragging the brush and specifically what he's doing afterwards. Mother, that's a character, went back to work closing the door. At first, the sound, so closing the door, we know that the setting must be at home, right? At first, the sound of the boy dragging the brush annoyed her. So here is where he's dragging the brush, right? Then he began to chop. Okay, guys, this is what he does after he drags the brush. The blows were rhythmic and steady, and shortly she had forgotten him. The sound no more of an interruption than a consistent rain. She supposed an hour and a half passed, for when she stopped and stretched and heard the boy's steps on the cabin stoop, the sun was dropping behind the furthest mountain and the valleys were purple with something deeper than the asters. So, what did the boy do after he dragged the brush? Right here in plain sight, he began to chop. That's something that's automatic, right? Watch the sunset. No, that's at the end of the text. Listen to the rain. Nope, it didn't rain until the middle of the text. The mom was the one stretching, not him. Okay? Good. So, let's move on to our vocabulary word work. All right, guys. So, we are at the portion